So you think you just put your house up for sale and it sells overnight? Think again. Don't be lazy. Even though this is the most historic market ever for sellers, today I'm going to give you 3 tips that you need to think about before you put your property on the market. Average days on the market is down, down, down. Median sales prices up and going higher. Existing listings are down. It's just the most incredible real estate market I've ever seen. But if you want to know more about the real estate market and how you can help sell your house and get maximum profit, please subscribe to my channel, hit that bell so you're notified every time a new video drops. Sure, it's a seller's market. I mean, right now on the national level, sellers are averaging about 14 days on the market before they sell their home. And they're getting about a 101% of the listing price. So the listing price, they're getting more money than what they're asking for it. But at the same time, it's also arguably a buyer's market. After all, over 7 million homes have been sold in the United States last year, which is one of the all-time highs. So is it a seller's market or is it a buyer's market? Well, for you sellers, don't be lazy. It's real important for you to understand the metrics, but when it's time for you to sell your house, I'm going to give you 3 ideas you can talk about right now. Number 1 is price your home to sell. Don't think that people are just going to pay whatever number you put out there and let them chase you. What's more strategic in today's real estate market is to work with your agent to establish the market value of your home and put the sales price at that price. Don't add 5 or 10 or 15% more, because what can happen, and what I see happening a lot these days, is if you price it 5, 10 or 15% more than what it's worth, people are not buying it. They are very smart. They have all sorts of access to data like Redfin and Zillow and their Realtor. God, I hope they're using their Realtor. We're here to help you after all. We don't want your listing to go stale. Sometimes people put a strategy out there and say, well, let's put it at this price, and after 10 or 14 days, we'll just drop it. No, 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 no. Don't be in the strategy of dropping your price, because then agents and buyers will look at it and say, there's got to be something wrong with this property. But you know, like I do, there's nothing wrong with your property. The only proper thing that was wrong was the strategy to start was not a good strategy. In today's market, price it at the market and let all this buyer demand come and look at that and say, that's a good deal. And all of a sudden you'll get 1, 2, 3, 5, 10 offers on your property, and you'll become a good statistic where you're actually selling it above and you're actually selling it faster, because people are saying, that's a good price, that's a good house, we need to buy that. Several years ago, we used to price properties a little bit higher, and we would wait and wait and wait and wait. Today's market, we don't need to wait, so price it well. Work with your realtor, call me locally. I will be very stern about what the price is so that we can attract as many potential buyers that can pay for it, and right now. Number 2 are repairs that your home needs. Don't be lazy about this. Here's the thing. If it drips, fix it. If it's torn or broken, replace it. If it doesn't work, call someone in to get it to work. It's got to work. Ultimately, what you want to do is make sure that your house, when buyers are coming through your house, and there's going to be lots of them, trust me, you have an open house in today's market, there's going to be over 20, 40 people that are going to stroll through your house on that one Saturday afternoon. I remember when I was in the corporate year, people always said, it doesn't matter about the suit, it all matters about your tie, your belt, and your shoes. So when you've got dozens of people coming into your house, they're going to look at the paint and any cracks on the walls or different areas. They're going to be looking at leaky faucets, things that are not operating well. Make sure things like all of the screens are closed and not ripped or torn or falling apart. Baseboards, oh my God, don't get me started on baseboards. Make sure your baseboards look good. Get down there and scrub them, or hire someone to come in and take care of your baseboards. Make sure your vents in your AC unit are working fine. Exterior, make sure that the plants look good. Make sure that everything is organized. When people come to your house, nothing worse than having a mailbox where they're just flipping around when the wind blows. No, 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 no. And here's the thing, if you're thinking about putting your house on the market, call an inspector. It's only going to cost you, $300 or $400 for someone to come in and say, well, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, and give you a comprehensive list. It's worth gold, or or Bitcoin, I'm not sure. And speaking of repairing them, this happened to me last week. Customer was buying a beachfront condo, and we started looking at all the outlets, the GFI outlets in the kitchen and in the bathroom. And then outside there were a few as well, but when we asked them to put something in there was electricity in there, they didn't work. So this was a high price condo, and the first thing the buyer said to me was, John, if those two outlets aren't working, how many more outlets are not working? Is that going to cost me $500, $1,000? People start adding up the cost. What about your front door or your garage door? If those things are not WD-40'd and go up smooth and this is a great experience, buyers are already adding up the cost and either checking your house not to buy because you have been lazy as a seller, or they're checking and poking and going around the house and saying, I like this house, let's buy it. Just make sure you're not being lazy and missing the small items, because buyers have already visited 2, 3, or 10 other homes, and they're putting mental data in, understanding this house was not good because of that, and they're already starting to tear down your house. So replace it and fix it. And number 3 gives you the feeling versus the staging. That's right. I'll give you a case in point. Just this week, I was showing another luxury home that had really bad furniture. The interior was not kept up well. It was dusty. It just didn't look right. And we all walked in, and the first thing we did was, the reaction was hard to overcome. I couldn't overcome it. My buyers could not overcome it. So here's the thing. Stage your home. It doesn't cost a lot. Staging could be either hiring a company. If it's a vacant house and you are an absent owner and you live out of the state, make sure that it has some life in the house. Make sure that it's not vacant. Put something in there so that it actually shows people what they will be living in and make it look good. If you can't stage the home by actually calling a company out and having them bringing you quality furniture so that it looks fresh and inviting, make sure that the furniture that you have is organized and clean, and make sure that all the lights in the bedrooms and bathrooms are bright and not covered with dust. Make sure that the kitchen is completely organized, completely clean. Make sure whether it's the marble or the granite or the Caesar stone or the quartz, whatever it is, make sure that it pops. So staging has a lot of ideas about it, but it makes a huge difference. This week I was showing this other condo by the beach. We were showing unit number 1 and unit number 2 next door. We went in number 1 and it was nice. It was okay, but we all kind of walked out going, if the couch wasn't so big, if the thing was over here, if the da-da-da-da, just put too many ideas in the buyer to make them go, well, I'm not sure. Then we looked at door number 2. Oh my God, it was impeccable. There was nothing to pick at. There was no obstacles for any of us to overcome. It looked gorgeous. On door number 2, we got the, door number 1, we got the, which one do you want to have? So I want to recap real quick. Number 1 is price. Don't be lazy about your price. Even though this is the most incredible seller's market in the world, buyers are smart. They are educated. So don't just think you can put a frivolous number out there and expect them to buy. They won't. This week I'm seeing properties stay on the market 30 days, 40 days, 96 days. And the first thing that buyers say is, something is wrong. We're not going to buy this. We don't feel comfortable, John. Not a problem. There's others to take a look at. Number 2 is repairs. That's right. Fix and replace things that need to be fixed and replaced. Your house has to look perfect to buyers. And number 3, stage it. Make sure that the people feel good when they get into the home. Don't let them come to me saying, John, what's the cost going to be on that to make it look the way we want it to look? Take those objections out of the equation. These 3 tips will help you. Trust me, they will. I see it every single day. And if I can help you strategize on these 3 important things to help you list your home and get a buyer quickly and for the price that you want, call me. Call me, 561-777-4089. Text me, send me an email at my information below. However you want to get a hold of me, I'm here to make sure that your strategy is the right one so that you can maximize on today's market and today's buyer before things shift. We'll see you next time.